So actually, like a year ago from now, I was actually working in Five Guys, like the food chain. I recently on Thanksgiving break, I worked in 7 days. I racked up like 3K.
So how much are you actually bringing from cutting like right now?
So I'm on pace to make like 8 to 10K per month. Like so, base a six-figure barber basically. And then that same day, I had like three clients pay me 50, and I was only charging 20 at the time. And then I was like, damn, bro, I just made this cash. And now I'm going off to my shift. And that's just when like the realization hit me. I was like, nah, I'm quitting this week.
What is good, YouTube? We're back with another client interview. Today we have my boy Jake. Jake, if you want to go ahead and just introduce yourself to the people.
Yeah, so my name is Kaba Segura. I'm currently a 19-year-old barber located in DMV. And I'm excited to be here.
Yes, sir. And you just turned 19, right?
Yeah, I just turned 19 today.
We got him on the birthday interview, guys. It is Jacob's birthday. Everyone comment, happy birthday to Jake. But all right, let's get straight into it, Jake. So, I've been knowing you and kind of working with you, helping you out with your stuff for a while, right? And yeah, I mean, I just want to go over your full story, man. So kind of run me through like how has your journey been as a barber? Where did you kind of start at and what has been like your biggest win, your craziest week, craziest month? How much are you actually making now and how much are we making like, a year ago at the start of your content journey?
So actually, like a year ago from now, I was actually working in Five Guys, like the food chain. And like I didn't apply to barber school until like towards the end, like during that summer of last year. That's when I really started like taking cutting serious. But at the moment, I was still working like Five Guys to like put me in through school and whatnot.
Yeah,
And
so
yeah,
you worked at Five Guys in order to pay for barber school, is that right?
yeah, that's like correct.
Tell us about that. How was that?
Dude, I mean, it's like a very humbling experience, especially like since like school and whatnot. Like some days I could go cut, some days I would have to go to like the shop. It would be like really a hectic schedule to like handle. More so like I just like the timing wasn't there because I was still in school during the time. I was still in my junior year of last year.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like slowly transitioning to barbering, but I
Mhm.
wasn't fully like full in like
Yeah.
I wasn't like it was there, but it wasn't there.
Okay. And like, what about now? Like, how's your barber business now, in comparison to back then? Like, what has been your biggest, most crazy week? How much are you kind of bringing in now from cutting hair?
The crazy win was that last year actually I was only hitting like maybe like when I first started I wasn't even cracking like maybe even like $500 because I was just like juggling the both. I wasn't really taking I was just putting barbering to the side. So
Okay.
last year I was only making like 500 off
Yeah.
just cutting like month cutting hair, which like seems crazy to me now because I recently like on Thanksgiving break I worked in 7 days I racked up like 3K.
So how much are you actually bringing from cutting like right now?
So I'm on pace to make like 8 to 10K per month. Like so base a six-figure barber basically.
No way. And you just turned 19.
Yeah, just turned
Just turned
19.
19, and you're already a six-figure barber. Some people spend years and years and years trying to get there, right?
Mhm.
I guess like, you know, back when you were still working at Five Guys, you were in barber school, right? Kinda tell me, like, how was everything then? What made you initially wanna start taking content seriously, and what made you wanna invest into yourself, so long ago, to actually start this journey of, like, scaling a business? Was there a moment where you kinda were like, "Okay, you know, I see all these barbers online making all this money, like, I wanna actually take this seriously, and it's not just a side hustle?"
So I mean, for me what really was like that like I wasn't creating content till like the end of last year really. I
Mm,
was very inconsistent. I really like didn't have anywhere like nothing leading me towards because I would post and I wouldn't get no conversions and I would wonder why to myself.
okay.
And
I guess, like, what initially made you wanna take barbering seriously, or what made you wanna get into content? Like, was there a moment where you were just like, "Okay, I don't wanna do things on my own anymore. I need some type of help, or I wanna start scaling my business and taking it serious." Because I know back then you were doing side hustles, like, tell us about that too. And, like
yeah, so I was basically doing anything like any high school really. It was trying to start a clothing brand, was reselling shoes on the side, just doing anything to touch a little bit of money. But like what really like what clicked for me was like one day, like, before even going into shift of Five Guys, it was, like, a Saturday, and I saw these, like, $40 barbers, which I thought was, like, pretty a lot, and they were just booked out, and I was like, "Damn, they just made my day check at Five Guys just 2 cuts."
Yeah.
And that's, like, what really clicked to me, and then that same day, I had, like, 3 clients pay me 50, and I was only charging 20 at the time, and then I was like, "Damn, bro, I just made this cash, and now I'm going off to my shift." And that's just when, like, the realization hit me. I was like, "Nah, I'm quitting this week." And I was
Yeah.
like, I had like because at the time, I wasn't even, like, busy, quote, unquote, "busy" yet. I was still charging $20. I still didn't know what I wanted to do.
Mm. And, like, what did you do, like, before barbering? Like, or we just got into that, but, like, yeah, were you planning to, like, kinda go to college? Were you planning to go to that route? Or, like, what made you really, like, wanna decide, "Okay, barbering is gonna be a real career?" And did you ever have doubts that you would even be able to make 6 figures as a barber, especially at 18?
I mean, dude, I mean, a lot of, like, doubt crept up in my mind, especially when it comes to, like, limiting beliefs because, like,
Yeah.
100K even, like, just even after graduating college sounds, like, insane,
Yeah.
really, because like, the route I was gonna take my junior year was, like is either I do this, I'd cut hair to go on, like, try to go full, or I just go, like, the normal college route, like, just live
Yeah.
the normal life, like, just live how everybody else was living around me, just, like, going through the motions kind of.
And
And
what
that's,
made
like
you what made you wanna choose barbering and be like, you know was there a moment where you realized like, "Hey, barbering is like a real career where I can make 6 figures plus at a young age without having to go to college, and barbering is not like what I see from everyone else, like, if I can become elite, I can make good money?" Or did you always kinda know that?
nah, I never knew barbering you could make so much money, especially because, like, everybody always told me, like, barbering is, like, such a terrible job, it's such a ass job.
Yeah,
Not only is, like, a lucrative market now that everybody just wants to hop in it.
yeah,
And, like, it takes, like because, like, my first, like, 2 years really, I wasn't really making any money off barbering really because, like, the equipment, the time I spent,
yeah,
just reinvesting, like, back into, like, my machines and everything, all that,
yeah,
it just especially just, like, working your way up,
yeah,
I was just throwing it all back in there.
yeah. What do you feel like changed then after, like, a couple years of actually cutting? What do you feel like was the big shift that made you go from just, making a little bit of money to actually, "Okay, now barbering is like a six-figure plus business that I made." Like, what was that change?
Dude, I remember, like, a month after I quit my job, I made, like, $400 on a Saturday,
Mhm.
and that was my 2-week paycheck at Five Guys.
Yeah,
I made it in 1 day. And I was like, "Yo, like, if I keep doing this, like, who knows what I could do?"
yeah,
And that was on one Saturday right after, like, quitting.
yeah. I guess, like, the other thing is what do you feel like started changing in your business, or what do you feel like you started doing differently that took you from just a regular barber charging $20 to actually being able to get clients at, like, a high ticket price and make money?
Dude, I'm able to, like when I talk to people, I didn't know I had this gift that I'm able to talk to people and, like, just give them, like, confidence, a transformation, something they look at and they're like, "Oh, shit, that's me? I can look like that?"
Yeah.
Like, I was gifted with the ability to, like, show people, like, I can max out all your stats. All you need
Yeah.
is, like, a good foundation, a good haircut. Just
That's
makes me
such
feel confident on the chair.
Yeah, that's such a big thing, like, people assume that people are just paying for a haircut, right? Like, do you feel like that's the case, or do you feel like the reason you're able to charge so much is because of the experience that you provide?
Dude, I feel like it's just the experience I provide, especially, like, just not working in a normal shop, like, in my own spot, and just, like, giving like, having conversation because a lot of people it's like going to an expensive restaurant. You're
Yeah.
paying for, like, just the service, really, just, like,
Yeah.
everything, because a lot of barbers don't give out consultations, they just go through the motions, cut your hair without even asking you, or, without even solving the problem, without even, like, trying to style the hair correctly.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess, like, the other thing is, right? Yeah, so I know you used to be working in a shop, is that right? And then you kinda left, like, what would you say was your experience, being the only one of the only barbers that made content in the shop? And, you know, what made you wanna almost take that risk and leave the shop? Do you feel like it was worth leaving the shop? Or what would you say to barbers that, they wanna make content, but they're just afraid of what people in their shop might say about them making content, raising prices?
Yeah, so, like, working in a shop was very, like, different from where I'm working at now because working in a shop really showed me is, like people like there's so much like the atmosphere was like it was always like I worked in those shops that was always packed like every single day, no matter what. So it was like you had to pull out the camera regardless, you know? And it was like I used to just turn on the camera and try to do it as quick as possible, and then just pretend like I was like hiding away from the camera basically. And I feel like I that's just like I don't know, it's just like it's a very strange feeling, but it's like something I get over with. It's like comes with the repetition.
Did you ever get people saying anything to you being so young and charging like you were charging maybe the most expensive price when you were at that shop or no?
Not yet. It was right after I moved the shop I went up.
Okay. What did people feel like or what did barbers typically tell you like when they saw you recording? Like were they supportive? Did they not like the idea of you charging a lot of money because you were so young? Did you ever get any hate or was it just support or
I mean, I for sure got like hey, I always got made like fun of, like teased at, you know, especially just like being like young and being new, like something they never seen before. It's like nobody really pulls out the camera to record in the shop. They just cut hair and then just leave.
yeah.
Nobody really like ever pulled out their phone just to record. And it was very like it was kind of like humbling at a sense because they'll tease me about it, they would say something about it. And like it would just go in through one ear out the other. That's always like the way I tried, but like when you're so much like surrounded by it, it gets you to a certain point.
So I guess like what initially made you want to invest into yourself and join some type of like mentorship program, right? Like why what made you want to work with someone else and like really learn from somebody instead of just, being all these average barbers that just copy?
Dude, it's like I don't know, like about the time I started social media for barbering, I always saw it. Like I always saw like people like Chris Blends, Tanya Nguyen, Hakeem Hong, like all these people just started recently coming up,
Yeah.
like making like consultations at the time. And I used to always just look at it and look at the ridiculous price and just be like, nobody's paying that. Like they were charging like 100. And I was like, bro, there's no way somebody's like would pay that, right? And then I saw all these like young barbers like coming out of everywhere, just like charging like 60, 80, and just be cool about it. And I was like, dude, like if they could do it, what makes them different from me?
Okay, what made you initially feel like though, like if you're talking to a barber that like they want to invest in themselves and maybe they're a little scared, like what were some of your limiting beliefs around investing into yourself and actually getting help like from a mentor?
I mean, I think just the limiting beliefs is was like it was just like limiting yourself, not being able to make 10K a month, especially like at a very young age. You
Like,
know,
did
it's
you
like
think that it was possible? Like, did you just think that all these people online that you saw were fake, or like, what did you actually feel like, or was it like you were just afraid to invest money, or like, what do you feel like was your limiting belief?
yeah, I felt like it was just like it wasn't even like the investing money at the point, it was just like believing it was possible. Because a lot of
What
people,
do you
like,
believe?
for me, I didn't think it was possible, especially everybody told me it's like, "Nah, barbers are broke, barbers are broke."
Yeah, and I felt the same way. I think what do you feel like pushed you over the edge and was like, okay, I actually need to invest in myself now, and I actually need to take this serious.
Dude, it's like when I started charging like $40 a cut, I realized I was like, I see other people just like being able to get more clientele off social media just so rapidly, being able to build so quick. And I feel like that's when I was like, yo, this like I think one day, like when I was charging 40, like when as soon as I went up to 40, I got like 10 new clients booked. And I was like, yo, the social media shit is actually working. Cause everybody told me they found me off like Instagram, TikTok. And I was like, yo, this is like what I need to start doing more
Yeah.
often, like being more consistent.
Yeah. And then along the journey, like, to go from I feel like everyone has to go through like changes to go to success, right? Like obviously 10K a month Jake is not the same as five guys Jake. Like what do you feel like were some of the biggest sacrifices that you had to make in order to get from, just being an average kid to being like a 18-year-old that's bringing in 10K a month?
I feel like it was like the average, like I couldn't do like what most people, other people could do, you know? Like at the time, I mean, I was still in school, so it was more just like I had to like cut ties with a lot of friends. You know, and
Yeah.
that's not something you can really like easily do, especially when you just grew up with them and everything. You always talk to them, but now you're just putting yourself first above all,
And like
above everybody else. And
yeah.
I feel like that was like such a big switch because I was like, damn, I was wasting so much time on people.
Yeah. Was there a
And
moment where you just felt like you wanted more, or you kinda got tired of your current situation?
dude, yeah, eventually I got tired of my current situation. I was like, dude, I need to level up. I need to like get to the bag because I was like, I just felt like so broke. I felt like this dude was like so pointless. I don't know how to explain it, but like it was just like I just need to like that flick of a switch, that realization of dude, like there's so much more out there. And I'm limiting myself all the way down here when I could be up there.
Yeah,
Especially when I see like everybody on social media, young age, 17, 18, 19, going doing this, doing that, making this amount, going to like just basically doing everything people wouldn't thought was possible.
yeah, and I guess, like, too, with school, right? You mentioned, like, you were pretty busy in school. How did you find the time for all this stuff while being in school? And what would you tell people that say that if they're in high school, they can't make time for a barber business or they can't make time for content?
I mean, dude, like what really was is like my senior year, like halfway through my senior year, it was like the switch where I had the realization. I was like, damn. I was like, I need to start preparing for my future because it's like when you make a separation, it's like I'm not gonna be that kid anymore. I need to like start going to like manhood. I just had to make that switch because dude, it was like my future. I feel like my future depended on it and like who I really want to be. Because I saw everybody like during school was like partying and like just doing all these like quote unquote fun things, and I felt like I was missing out at one point.
Yeah,
It's like a big thing was like missing out. Like
yeah,
seeing people go out every single week and knowing I was stuck in the shop all
yeah.
day till night.
I feel like that was a big thing, just, like, feeling like you're missing out at a young age, right? Yeah, what do you feel like made you feel like, "Okay, maybe I'm missing out, but it's worth it," like or yeah, then do you have to, like, actually drop any bad habits in order to come to the top, or what did you have to actually leave behind?
Yeah, so like bad habits I used to like always do, especially like back then was like it's like I had a lot of vices. So I used to like drink, smoke,
Yeah,
just waste like my precious time on like pointless things, like go out, be partying. It is like doing things that I shouldn't be doing with my time when I also had very limited time. It wasn't like the best, like I wasn't putting my in the best situation kind of. Like I wasn't like I would say I want to do this, but I was doing that. And I
yeah,
realized I was like, dude, my time is too precious to be even wasting my time on that right now.
yeah, and, like, back then, did your parents really believe in barbering or no? And, like, how do they feel now?
This like back then they're always supportive about it. They were always like, yo, if you want to do it, like you can do it, whatever. Like they were always like they wouldn't really say anything. But it came to a point like my senior year, dude, I was basically like paying for everything like I wanted, I owned, just everything possible. So they
Yeah,
couldn't really say anything because like how would they say anything when I'm paying like my whole lifestyle basically?
yeah. When you first invested into yourself, like, did people tell you anything? Did people discourage you? Or, like, how do you feel about that looking back now? Like, do you feel like it was a good decision to actually start taking barbering seriously, invest into yourself? Like,
Yeah, so like investing into myself was like a definitely a big risk because at the time it was like a good chunk of money.
yeah,
And like just knowing like damn, I'm gonna waste whatever I got on this last like mentorship, like I was like, damn, dude, it's like a big jump. And everybody told me like not to do it, not to do it. It's like, why would you waste your money on that, bro? Just like go on YouTube. But it's like different from YouTube. It's like they can give you so much, but it's like it's different when somebody tells you it and shows you how to do it specifically, not just watch a YouTube tutorial and then that's it.
yeah,
It was such a big jump because like it was so much at the time, and I was like, damn, bro, I'm really like basically some wasting someone's college semester money on a
yeah,
program that might not even work, that
yeah,
people are telling me is gonna fail. And just having that self-doubt in myself.
yeah. What do you feel like changed that caused you to get results though, even though you did have a little bit of doubt?
Dude, it's like I just like at one point I was like I put my head down, I saw what was working. Just like the self-doubt, just like everybody that gave me self-doubt, I just like pushed them to the side. Cause
Yeah,
I started wanting to like gravitate that energy because I realized the people that were just giving me doubt is only dragging me down.
yeah. What would you say to a barber that's like, well, I want to invest in myself and I really want to be elite, but it's really expensive, so I'm just not gonna do it. But I have
I
to.
mean, I feel like everybody's been at that point of just like being scared to make the jump to really invest back into themselves. But then like the biggest regret is just I'm not doing anything, really
Yeah,
just wasting your time because I realized my time was like way more precious than just waiting and waiting and waiting for some
yeah,
like miracle or someone just to save me. You
yeah,
know, it was like a very like yeah, it's scary at first, like no doubt about it, especially someone upcoming you to the
yeah,
game. Like
yeah,
I was scared too.
yeah,
And like I wish I would have done it sooner, not waste my time just watching other people succeed while I sat back in the same
yeah.
spot.
That's a big thing. I know you mentioned, like, obviously, like, you like to learn from someone else, right? How important do you think it is to actually have a mentorship, right? What do you think is the most important thing? Is it, like, more so being a part of a community of, like, other young barbers that can show you it's possible? Is it more just, like, getting feedback from someone and learning a lot of things, like, that way? Like, what do you feel like is a real benefit?
Dude, I feel like the mentorship helps you out a lot because it shifts like your mindset, being surrounded by so much different people, seeing so much different point of views instead of going like to school and seeing their limiting beliefs of going to school, getting a job, being like quote unquote successful to themselves.
Yeah,
And yeah, like a mentorship is just like having that community with you, like just like if anything, they're gonna bring you up, they're never gonna tear you down. And just
yeah,
seeing people like do it is way more different than just like saying people are doing it. Like, yeah,
yeah,
I'm witnessing in real time all of us grow, and that
yeah,
was, like, fucking insane because, like, everybody's growing, everybody's making money, everybody's, like nobody has doubt, everybody believes.
yeah, 100%.
And
And
I
then
think,
you
like, a mentorship,
yeah,
like, guides you the right direction towards the
yeah,
path because when you're not, like, learning from someone, you're just, like, aiming, like, aimlessly, like, kind of, like, just throwing stuff at the wall, seeing if it works, and
yeah.
people know what works and just, like, have the sauce, but you're just not getting it.
Yeah, 100%. You ever get, like, recognized anywhere? Like, has anyone ever recognized you?
Dude, like literally today I went out to like Mosaic with my fam, and like a worker was like, "Yo, are you Segura Cuts?" And I was like, "No way." I was like, every time somebody sees me, they always butcher like there's like Sagara. Like they think my name is like Segura. I mean, which is my barber name after all, but it's like it's like yo, I recognize you. Like you
Yeah.
look so familiar. And,
Yeah,
like, people just recognize me for, like, all like, kind of in the DMV, like, all around, really.
that's insane. Getting recognized just from, like, being on social media.
Yeah.
It's like I guess, like, another thing is, like, you know, w did your friends always support you, in your barber journey or, like
I mean, my close boys always supported me.
yeah,
They always, like, came in, like, never, like, even we even I messed them up. They knew it was, like they didn't really care 'cause, like, those were my boys.
yeah,
But my school friends was, like, another story. You know, it's like there's, like, 2 different type of groups there.
yeah,
Like, my boys always supported me, but then when it came to school, people always try to drag you down. They would be like, "Bro, $40 is too much, dude. If you go up
yeah,
in price, like, you're gonna lose all your clients, dude. That's, like, bad business." They just thought about, like saw a different view, and my
yeah,
boys would, like, always like, "Dude, do it, bro." It's like, "Wow, why the fuck you hesitating?" Like, they'll
yeah,
always try to bring me up.
yeah,
They're never, like, drag me down.
yeah. I think that's another big thing, it's, like, just so many barbers have the fear of raising prices. Like, okay, what if my content starts working? What if I'm actually able to go up on price? And so many people are in that position where they should go up on price and then they just have fear stopping them, right? What would you say to the people? Because you did a few $20 price jumps. What would you say to people that, the barber that's like, I'm just afraid to raise prices? Like maybe he feels like people won't pay it. Maybe he feels like he'll lose all his clients. Like yeah, what would you say about people who are probably afraid to, raise prices? What would you tell
It
them?
it really depends about someone's living situation after all because, like, someone raising prices not might be in the same spot I was where I was able to get that price raise, like, be able to jump it, like, because I was in, like, a good position to jump. And it's just, like, the fear of being scared is, like I feel like everybody goes that. And
Yeah.
then
How
cause
did you
like
overcome your fear of raising prices? And did you ever feel like you would lose all your clients? Did you ever feel like, you know, you would go broke if you raised prices? And then how'd you overcome that?
dude, I overcame it just, like dude, just by getting other people's support. Cause I was telling my clients, I was like, "Yo, I'm about to go up, we so about spot come through. It's like, bro, yeah, bro, it's not even that big like difference much. Like the quality of it is worth it because no, like even if other $40 barbers weren't doing the same work I was doing or going that extra mile to make them like style their hair, make them look good,
Yeah,
just like make them like feel confident. And like my clients gave me the confidence just to go up. They would still stick with me.
yeah,
And they did stick with me. They're like, "Yeah, bro, I'll still come with you. I just wouldn't come as often. Maybe like push it by like 5 days more or something."
yeah. And Jake, a year from now, right? Like a year ago, you were still working at Five Guys. You were in barber school. Now you're touching six figures. You just graduated high school. You just turned 19, right? That's a lot for most people, right? But like a year from now, what is next? Like where are we gonna be at a year from now, Jake?
Dude, I think a year from now,
From now, gonna be.
dude, I'm aiming for 30K months for sure. That's like the main goal. Maybe I'm setting my standards too low. Maybe I can go for more.
Yeah,
30K months is for sure the standard.
yes, sir. And like when you get to those 30K months, what is life gonna look like?
Dude, I'm gonna have like I'm gonna just be building up momentum every single day, winning day, and just like I guess just going on the right path that I am right now.
Okay.
Because like I just recently cut off everything, like all my vices, all my bad habits, cut them off, and just aiming towards one goal solely,
Yeah.
and then just keep expanding, keep growing.
I feel like that was a big thing for you. What would you say to the people that are still struggling with vices and bad habits and letting go of the past version of themselves? Like, what would you give like as a word of advice to your old self who's still struggling with that?
Dude, I feel like when I was doing like them bad vices things, it was more so like it was just the energy I was surrounded, the area I was surrounded with. Like I was surrounded people that would smoke, so it would lead to me smoking, and then I would hang out with people that were drinking, and it would lead to me drinking.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like that just holds you back so much of time just lost it, just time that you could have put back, because you might not think it's worse. It's not bad to do at the moment, but it impacts the further days to come. Because then you set new like low standard for you.
Yeah. And then I guess like, bro, I mean, talk about your goals, man. Like a year from now, do you want to have a new car? Do you want to be moved out? Like, I know you have big goals, bro. Like, just get authentic, get real. Like, what
Dude, like a year from now, hoping to have my dream car.
what's the dream car?
Dude, I'm hoping to get a 5.0 GT or Corvette for sure next year. For sure next year. And dude, I wanna like buy a property in like Puerto Rico, dude.
Yes, sir.
Maybe in the US or Puerto Rico, dude. That's just like the goal I have. That's what I'm like literally striving for right now.
Yes, sir. Are you gonna be living on your own, living with your parents?
Dude, I feel like living on my own would be such a benefit for me because I feel like when I'm most productive is when I'm most alone because I have nothing else to do but work.
Yeah. A year from now, you better be living on your own then, or
Yeah, not for sure. Must. That's a must. That's a must. That's a must. Dude, from a year from now, dude, I'm gonna have my own place, bro. Like I have to. I have to. I have to. I have to.
yeah, that's gonna be insane, bro. 19 years old, a year from now, 19 with a dream car, your own place, investments. Like you're living most people's dream, to be honest, right? Like how many people actually would look up to you and want to be in your position? Like really think about that. It's insane, right? But at the end of the day, most people aren't willing to put in the work that it takes or willing to make the sacrifices that it takes to get to the position that we're in, where, we're 19, we're living on our own, we have the nice cars, we have whatever we want. Because most people are just aren't willing to put in that sacrifice. Um, no, I guess like final words, like the version of you in the past, I might be thinking about actually like scaling his barber business, really taking it seriously, taking barbering seriously, investing into himself. What would you tell those people who are like kind of on the fence? They're thinking about investing into themselves. They're thinking about really stepping this up and they want to be like you. They want to get to 10K a month. They want to look at, being able to move out, get a car.
Dude, I feel like it will first start off with like you just look at your surroundings. Like, do you really want to be doing the same thing you were doing? It was like that played a big part of me, like being like, nah, I'm investing in myself. I can't just be going through the emotions, doing the same thing day after day, day after day. Cause then you get stuck in the continuous cycle, and that's where I was stuck. I'll be doing the same thing over and over and over. I was like, damn, Brian, I was like, is this what it is? And then I started like thinking, I started looking at other people. I was like, nah, I gotta get into the position they're in. I gotta be able to make the money they're making. And
Yeah.
I was like, that's when I like took the leap of faith and started like trying to like figure this out. Started working with someone. Someone started leading me towards the right direction, leading me towards the right path, destroying my limiting beliefs, seeing what's possible, seeing what other people are doing, just opening my eyes to a new, like different type of world.
Yeah. Do you feel like, do you feel like working with me, like, do you feel like in a way, that helped you see what's possible partially, or do you feel like I helped you destroy any limiting beliefs, or do you feel like nah, like,
Yeah, I feel like you helped me with a lot because I saw like someone only a year older than me doing these things happen, and I was just watching from a distance,
yeah,
not taking the jump,
yeah,
just being stagnant for a very long time actually. And I saw you just progressing, and I was like, damn. And it's like I look at his life and look at mine, and it was like the two different. We were living two different lives. I was living like kind of like that like ghetto lifestyle kind of, and
yeah,
you're living like just the way that I wanted, like the
yeah,
$1 million schedule, if that makes sense.
yeah, yeah, 100%. Any last words, like any advice you'd give to your past self, or any advice you'd give to anybody that's like you know, they're just like looking at you like, how do I get like Jake? How do I become like this guy? I'm a barber. Like, what would you tell them?
Dude, I was able to give myself like an advice from the past. Was like just like, dude, just forget about everything. Just lock in with yourself. Look at like what you like. Look down deep down at your surroundings. Like look at what you really want, and will look at what you have, and look at what other people have, and see the difference of like your what you're doing and what they're doing. Because a lot of people I see that like make a lot of money, they don't smoke, they don't drink, they don't have bad vices, they don't have any like self-doubt. They're all confident. They're so confident of what they speak because they truly believe they are gonna achieve it. They truly believe they already have it. They believe like they live like they already have it, so they're gonna get it. And
Yeah,
that's one thing that came to mind was like, dude, it was like I was living two different types of lives, basically. I was
yeah.
locked in at one end and then bullshitting at the other, and there's like no middle between. It's either yeah, I was like on the fence, trying to be on the fence, like trying to juggle both, but I realized you can only do one. And I
Mm.
would tell myself like, look at what you want and see what you had to do to achieve it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Dude, your growth has actually been insane, like genuinely, bro. Since I first met you, bro. Well, you were charging like 15, 25, right? And now
Hmm.
you've grown, you hit a 3K week. And dude, I'm super excited for the future. You're gonna run it up, bro. I mean, you just turned 19 literally today, and you've already done better than so many other people, right? The transformation has been insane. Like your whole life changed, right? So this is only the beginning. I'm super excited. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up the video, guys. Hopefully, you guys took some value out of this. Jake's journey is really insane. And at the end of the day, I want to say that his results are literally possible for anyone, but you guys have to be willing to put in the work. At the end of the day, Jake was willing to make sacrifices that 99% of people who are even older than him but just aren't willing to do, right? So if you can become the person that's willing to give up everything to get to where you want to go, that's what it takes, right? And Jake was willing to do whatever it takes. Hopefully you guys got some value out of this video, right? Go on my channel, get some more value there, and we'll see you guys in the next video.